morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that today is off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If it's the first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Not your first time here, hi, welcome back. How's the family? If you enjoy any and all things makeup related, definitely testing out new makeup. I feel like that's what I'm always doing, is testing out new makeup. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. Don't forget to go follow me over on Instagram. You can join this dumpster fire over there as well. And let's get into today's exciting video, which is testing out more new makeup. I feel like every time I turn around, we're just trying out some more new makeup, and I am here for it. I am happy. I am ready. So if you guys are like, okay, Carrington, so what exactly is it that we're trying out? Okay, good. Great question. We actually have a lot. So first things first is I have the Rms Beauty Re-Evolve Natural Finish Foundation. I was going to feature this in another video, but I actually was given a broken one. So here is one that is so far not broken, right? So like, just, it's not broken. Okay. Then we have this Makeup by Mario, the Master Mattes palette. Now, I know that this has been around for a while. I literally just purchased this. So I'm really excited to try it out. I've heard nothing but good things about that. And since we don't have any shimmers, then I'm breaking out. This is the Adept Cosmetics. This is the Plain Jane palette. This is the remastered. I do have like the older one, but here is the remastered. So I felt like we could really create a cute look with like the combination of these two. Like we just have to, right? Okay, so then we're gonna try out some more of these like Urban Decay. What are these called? Urban Decay what? Liquid lip color is all that it's called, but like it's like has the properties of like a matte liquid lipstick, but like the shine of a gloss. So I'm excited. We're gonna try out some more of those. Then I've got this from Fenty Beauty. This is their new Ease Drop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer. And then we've got another primer. This is from, what is this? Nude Sticks. This is the Blot and Blur Matte Sticks. So I am hoping that like I can just put this like in my T-zone and it'll make like a big difference. We'll find out. This is not new, but I finally got my hands on it. This is the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Color Awakening Universal Blush. And this is in the shade like pinky. Is it pinky? Yeah, pink. No, it's just pink. So this is like that very intense, just like blush. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so like when you open this, like here's the blush, right? And here's a mirror. But then it's like, it's not reflective here. Like, interesting. Okay, I thought that's what it was. It was not. It was not. Then we have this concealer. This is from Coolify. This is the Main Match Concealer. This just came out. I'm nervous this might be a little bit too dark, but that is like the lightest shade. Then we have some of these like Lily lashes. I have never tried Lily lashes. These are the 3D Mink multi-dimensional lash in Miami. Again, I have never tried these. These were on sale for like $10. Like I literally got these for $10. I was like, ooh. Okay, so there are some other things that we have tried out in previous videos that I'm wanting to give out another try on camera. We've got like the Ethereal, the Too Faced Ethereal setting powder. We have the Nude Sticks like cream bronzer. We've got like the e.l.f. putty blushes. We've got quite a few things to try. So I'm excited to go ahead and let's just start diving in. I like to start off with my eyeballs first. So we're going to start off with like this shade right here, and we're just going to take that, and honestly we're just going to start setting our eyelid with it. And we'll just like try to like, I don't know, keep this cool. Okay, so let's start off with this shade right here. I don't necessarily know that it's like the coolest shade, but it's at least a good step in the right direction. So I'm just going to take that on that same brush that we applied with the white shade and just start working on blending that out. So it has a little bit of pigmentation to it. Definitely one where I could see me needing to build up for a good transition. Like that. I will say these blend out nicely. I'm not experiencing a ton of kick up in the pan. I'm not experiencing fallout on the face. And it does build up nicely to whatever intensity you would want. And it just blends so easily. Like, honestly, it's so easy to blend. So next up is I'm going to take this little shade right here. And we're just going to start focusing that to like the crease and just a little bit above. Then for the outer corner, we're going to go into this deep dark shade right here. This is one of the darkest, actually this is the darkest brown before we get into black. And we're just going to focus that on the outer corner. So just like that, and then just lightly bring it in. So now that my eyes are glitter primed, here is the Plain Jane shimmer palette. I mean, do you guys see just like how beautiful this whole thing is? It's so beautiful. Okay. All right. So let's do something. Let's put on, this is called AC15. So it's this right here. It's like a pinkish gold kind of a shift. And we will put that. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. Like just a depth shimmer formula is just, it's just one of the best. Like it just is. I don't know. I don't know what else there is to say. Besides, it seriously is like one of the best formulas. Then for like the inner portion, I think I want to go in with, that's a tough one. Let's try this one right here. AC17. I don't know how well this is gonna go. Oh, okay. This is a little bit different than I thought it was going to look, truthfully. Because in the pan, it doesn't, I guess it does, like on camera, but like when you look at it in the pan, it looks like more of a gold, not near as green as the other one. So let me see if I can just like tap on top of this as well. Okay, so now we're going to move on into priming of the face. So first up is we have this from Fenty Beauty. This is the Eavesdrop Lit All Over Glow Enhancer. So this is a next level glow for your complexion. Light as air, always radiant. That's all it says, I think. Yep, that's it. So it sounds like this is supposed to be like a radiant primer. And then it comes in like a little box like this. Or like no, not a box. Packaging like this. And this is like what it looks like when you have like their actual Fenty Beauty like Ease Tint drops. But it doesn't say much more than that. Okay. I wonder if this is going to be like hydrating or anything else like that. So let's shake it and I'll put a little bit in. Okay. So here's what it looks like. You can kind of see a little bit of like the complexion. Okay. So far it feels like it might be kind of hydrating. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's extra hydrating though. Like it just provides just like a little bit. Does provide that glow. If we're going to be honest about like how comparable is this to other products, I would say this is kind of familiar to me, kind of like the Danessa Myricks, the Yummy Skin, where it provides the glow, but I don't feel like it provides, like right now, like it just doesn't feel hydrated. It just doesn't feel very hydrated. So I would make that more comparable to that. I don't necessarily know that this would be comparable to like the Natasha Denona, the Charlotte Tilbury, like anything else that adds like that hydration to it, this just doesn't. It just kind of adds like the glow. All right, so next up we have this Nude Sticks Biodegradable. That's all. This box is 100% biodegradable. Okay. This is a multitasking, ultra soft, clear balm that blots oil to create a matte finish and blur imperfections. Dot to blot, on the go, all day. So, okay. I don't really feel like this has much of a scent, but let's take this. I'm going to start working it on my fingers and see what happens when we start to tap this in to my pores. Okay, let's see about over here. Put some on my, get a little bit more. And put this on my nose. Okay. Then we'll put some right here in the center where I definitely have a lot of pores. Okay. Alright, let me know what you guys think. As I put it on, did you really notice any like perfecting, blending out, or smoothing out of the pores? Let me know. I don't really know if I can tell or not, truthfully. Okay. So next up we have, this is from RMS Beauty. This is the Re-Evolve Natural Finish Foundation. So this is silicone-free, skincare-infused daily wear liquid foundation. Fresh feeling and easy to blend, this power-packed formula delivers smooth, long-lasting, medium coverage while it hydrates, firms, and softens. Formulated with living ingredients like cutting-edge, titanal, moisture-rich vegetable squalene, soothing organic aloe, and our signature RMS adaptogenic herbal blend bottled up in an innovative refillable packaging. So I do really like that this is a refillable packaging. So you do pump this up. You don't pump this up too far, just literally just like a little ways. And then it says to put 2 dots. That is 2 dots. I don't know if that's going to be a little bit too much for me, but we'll see. Okay, feel like right off the bat here, it looks kind of gray. Looks like a little bit grayer than I was anticipating. So let's just start blending in. This says it has medium coverage to it. And that's with like 2 pumps of it. So I feel like for me, I probably would have appreciated 1 pump. Like I feel like this is probably a little too much coverage for me personally. But I will say it does deliver the coverage. It's definitely medium because you can still see a little bit of the redness, but I wouldn't say it's excessive or a lot. You can definitely still see the glow from like my skincare and the Fenty Beauty spots. I'm gonna try to like definitely make sure I get in there well for the matte primer. Okay. What I will say though is I probably could have done truthfully with 1 pump. Again, I don't think it looks awful except for around here it kind of does. Just looks a little bit heavy. So that was probably like in my error thing. I think I could do really well with just one pump of this, and that would be good enough for me. So next up we have this concealer from Coolify. This is the Main Match Concealer. Never settle for anything less than your main match. And then it says Ice Berry. Is that what the shade of this is? Yeah, it's Ice Berry is the shade. And that's about all of the information that it gives. So again, this is the lightest shade that they have. And I hate that it says never settle for anything than like your perfect match, but like it's not really. Oh my god. Oh, oops. Oh no. We are in so much trouble. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Nobody panic. Nobody panic. This is, let's see if I can add in some of this Too Faced Ethereal Light to like lighten it up maybe. Oh man. I mean, it kind of helped lighten it up. But I'm so disappointed in how dark that was, especially for that being the lightest shade that they offer. Don't settle less than your perfect match. We're not going to make your perfect match, but like, don't settle less than that. I do not know. Oh man, okay. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No. Wow. Okay. Alright. Well, I feel like I probably didn't need as much of it as I did put on. It's definitely dewy underneath the eyes. I don't know if that's anything to do with like the Too Faced that we added, but I don't feel like even adding the amount of Too Faced that we did would make it like this glowy. So I think it has like some glowy properties amongst it. I feel like it looks okay, I guess. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, so now we're going to go into my nude sticks. This is a cream contour. I used this once on camera. I've used it once off camera. But I do kind of want to see what happens when we just mix and match it with other foundations, primers, concealers, you know, the usual. And then we're just going to take the butt of my sponge and just start blending. I will say I love how easy this is to just like blend out, and like how it just literally looks like it sinks into your skin, so you literally think that you're just naturally this like bronzed or contoured or whatever the case may be. Like, it's just effortless. So easy, so effortless. Like, it's just, it's so easy, so effortless. So then we're going to move on into the e.l.f. Putty blushes. I'm going to go in with this one. But I had purchased a couple more, just like in love with like the formula of them. I love how nicely they sink into the skin while also giving like a very beautiful flush to the cheeks and glow, like a beautiful like little glow, you know, the usual. Like for me and my dry skin, this would be like perfect, like a perfect just like everyday makeup look, like nothing else added. So now we're going to start setting our face with the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I really liked this the couple of times that I have tried this, but again, it's only been like a couple of times. So first of all, I'm just going to take my sponge and I'm going to just like pick up on it, and I'm going to start lightly going in with powder on the sponge and stippling that in. I find I kind of like stippling this in with a brush. Oh, I got out the concealer right there. Yikes. I like it more with a sponge than I do with a brush. So I went and put on the Lily lashes. I think these are super, super beautiful. I will say, however, they do feel a little bit heavy. They do feel a little bit heavy. So I'm kind of wondering like what it's going to feel like in a few hours. But let's go ahead. Let's move on in to doing the lower lash line. So I am going to go ahead and take my Makeup by Mario palette. I'm just going to take that very first shade that we had went into. And we're just going to work on smoking that out along the lower lash line. Kind of similar to what we did on top. Go into that second darkest shade and just focus that right along the lashes. Just carefully sweeping it. And then we'll take that darkest shade and just focus it like right here. So now we're gonna move on into bronzers. So we had tried a couple days ago the Give Me Glow bronzers, the new ones that had just come out. So I want to use these again. I want to go in with Don't Be Salty. I really liked that one when I tried it. And then we're also going to go in using the bronzer brush, Carrington. Bronzer brush. And just kind of start to just like stipple it in. Just kind of tap in once because I find twice is too much. So I'm just going to start stippling that in. Like old school Eminem songs stuck in my head here lately. I don't know what it is, but like I really have got them stuck in my head. Like, this was supposed to be my first single, but I just looked that up, so have fun, let's mingle. Grab a bitch and slip a hoe. I don't know why that's like stuck in my head, but like it is. I just can't help it. I cannot help it. I don't know. I feel like this looks so good, really nice, really bronzed, not like too much. So I like that. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to dip on into this Dior pink blush that I have seen literally everyone rave about. How much to like pick up of this. And just start stippling it on the cheeks. Ooh, cute. Pretty. You know, I thought this was going to be just like bright, bam, like in your face. That's just what I was expecting. But honestly, this looks really good. Like it's not like too much. It has a nice like soft glow to it. But it's not like too pink. It's almost like this is like a fantastic everyday pink. I don't know what I was expecting, honestly, but I really like that. So the last and final thing we have are some of these lip options. So first up for lip option is going to be this right here. This is in the shade Pleased. In the center we have Once Strangers, and at the end this is Safe Word. So these are the Urban Decay bold like lip colors. So I really think I want to try out this shade right here called Pleased and see what we can get. I'm going to start outlining my lips. No, I feel like this is too neutral. All right, let's try Safe Word then. Pleased did not work out, so let's try Safe Word. I don't know. Okay. I don't love this either. These are too neutral. These are too neutral. They really are. Okay. Alright, so here's the completed and final look. What does everybody think? It's a little bit sad that I couldn't go in with one of these, but I just could not find one that was like a good shade for me in this look. I honestly, like, I could just not find anything. So, alright, so let's go ahead. Let's dive on into my final thoughts of everything that we tried today, from my least favorite to my most favorite. So in the least favorite spot, it has to be this concealer. Listen, how is it you can put on the packaging, never settle for anything less than your main match? What was this matching with? Or who was it supposed to be matched for? Because it isn't me with super fair skin. Would you see just like how yellow and orange my under eyes look? I don't think this looked bad underneath the eyes until the color like came into play. Like that is such a terrible color. It's terrible. If you can find your match, I think this is a decent concealer, but just know if you're fair, you're not going to find your match unless they come out with other shades. Like, their shade range is trash. Next up is going to be this Rms Beauty Foundation. So here is a couple reasons. Number one is I had already purchased this, but when I opened it, this part, bing, like sprung off and I could not fix it. There was no fixing it. So it's really kind of disappointing that like this stuff just breaks so easily, especially for the price point. But then it told me to put 1 to 2 pumps. I put 2 pumps on and it's just a little bit like too heavy. It's just slightly a little bit too heavy for me. I will try this with 1 pump and see if I like it better. But just for now, like where I started with like 2 pumps, it was just too much for me. So that was probably the downfall of this. But I will let you know like if it changes based on like if 1 pump looks good or whatever happens. Next up is going to be this Fenty Beauty Glow Primer. This is not going to provide any hydration. It does provide a glow to your skin, as we saw. It definitely provided that glow. For me, I like something that has glow and hydration. I like something that's 2-in-1 because my skin is very dry. This didn't give that to me. This didn't really do much of anything besides just the glow. And I can get that and more with other primers, like the Charlotte Tilbury or the Natasha Denona. This is very comparable to the Danessa Myricks. I will say, if you want glow to your skin, but let's say you're just like very, very oily and you don't want the extra hydration that comes with it because then you're like, my makeup is literally going to break apart in the next 30 seconds. This is probably going to be more up your alley. This is going to be more for you. It doesn't provide extra hydration. It feels like it at first, but then once it settles in, there's no hydration. It literally just feels like your skin did originally. There's no extra hydration. So, but it does provide that glow. So I think if you have really oily skin, you're gonna like this. If you're like combo and you can like live with not having extra hydration, I think you're gonna like this. If you're super dry and you're needing that extra hydration and that glow, I would probably skip out on this and I would pick something else different, like the e.l.f. one, the Charlotte Tilbury, the Natasha Denona, just something else that provides more hydration than this. Next up are going to be these Lily lashes. I really like them. I think they're very cute, very fluttery. They just feel kind of heavy to me. Like I'm just kind of like, this has been on for probably like 30-45 minutes and my eyes are just like, right, like they're just not going to come back up. But I will say like the full price for these is kind of expensive and I don't know if I would spend full price for these lashes. I got them on sale for $10, so like $10 I would. But like the $25-$30 that they're trying to charge, I don't know if I would necessarily pay that. I feel like I've got a lot of really good options from like Glamlight, Lunar Beauty, you know, other stores like that I like more than I do those that I'd be willing to pay for. Next up is going to be this Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Powder. I really do like it. Like it really does like smooth my skin over. It looks nice underneath the eyes. Like I'm not having issues with that. But it's like the color of it is, let me just like pop out just like a little bit. Do you see how yellow and just like tan that is? Like what? That is not, this is supposed to be marketed as their translucent. Let me just say though, I love the way this looks. Like if it was an actual like translucent powder and we're talking like a white translucent powder, I would love this because it makes my skin just look so good. It just does. It just sets so nicely. I think it's just like the color that's throwing me off. Next up is going to be this Nude Sticks Blot and Blur Matte Stick. I don't necessarily find that I found it like super mattifying, but I do think that it did kind of help smooth over my pores. I wouldn't say it was like revolutionary. My pores don't exist. But I would say I think it did just like kind of create a nice smooth canvas. So, you know, I would keep using this, but I probably wouldn't repurchase this. This probably isn't for me. You know, I don't know because it really didn't make my skin like super matte. So I don't know if this would be for like really oily people either. I'm not really for sure. I think that's one that like you're going to have to test on your own and see what you think. I don't think I could really give like a solid opinion on this. That's because, again, it didn't really mattify my skin, and my skin's dry, so I was really nervous about that, but it didn't really do that. So if you're, like, looking for that and you're super oily, you might be disappointed in that. And then for, like, the blurring, I think it did a nice job of blurring, but I don't think it competes with, like, the Danessa Myricks one, or the Winky Lux Whipped, or, like, my Tatcha or the one from Hourglass, but I also don't think it competes with those, so I think it's okay. Next up are going to be these little like Urban Decay. I have worn these before. I like them. I'm just so picky on colors. Like, I think like the two that I tried on today, I think those would be like perfect like nude colors. And I don't know what it is, but I just cannot get on board with like super nudes. I don't know what it is. It's me. It's a me issue. It's a nobody else issue. It's literally me issue. I don't want something super, super nude. And I went for those not thinking they were going to be super nude because like, look, they don't look like super duper nude. Like, it looks like it would have a little bit more color, but then when I put them on, I was like, I think it just disappeared into my lips. Like, that's all I had. And I was like, okay. I like the One Strangers one. That's a little bit darker. I think it's a good formula if you can find a color for you. So just keep that in mind. I don't really feel like the shades online necessarily match what it looks like on your lips. But anyways, next up is going to be this Makeup by Mario All Matte Palette. I really enjoy this. It's definitely like a very basic neutral palette. If you are somebody who is a minimalist on makeup and you just want just like some really just like basics, this will be great. This will be great to always reach into for a matte. Whether you have other eyeshadow palettes or not, if you need a matte to complement, you just want to go in with a matte look, or you want to use a matte palette and then go in with like a single shimmer or whatever, this is it. This is pigmented. It blends beautifully. It blends well together. It doesn't look muddy. It doesn't look weird. Isn't patchy. Like, it's so easy and effortless to work with. If you're just wanting less like a basic matte palette that's going to be like a go-to staple that you can do whatever with and it's still going to look good, I would recommend this. I would wholeheartedly recommend that. Next up is going to be these bronzers. I am actually really impressed with the bronzers. I don't find it's too orange. I don't find it's too dark. I don't find it's too overpowering or anything like that. I think that this, especially this shade right here, Don't Be Salty, is just perfect. Absolutely perfect for my cheeks. I think it looks great. It's not too much. I'm really, really happy with the formula. The only thing is that you can't like dunk in your brush a lot. Like, literally tap it in once, tap it off, and then go in and build up as you need, because you will easily go overboard. And I think that's one thing that I don't necessarily like about that, is that like sometimes I'll be sitting there listening to my true crime podcast and the next thing you know, like there's bronzer everywhere. And I don't want to have that. I would like something that's a little bit more buildable, so that way if I'm going in heavy handed, I'm not just like, we got to restart. We got to redo the whole thing. That I don't like, and I feel like that happens. But if you're okay with being like minimalist about it, it is very beautiful. It sinks right into the skin. It's a fantastic powder. Next up is going to be this right here. This is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Blushes. I really do like these. I like the luminosity that it gives. I like how easy it is to just like blend in. If you are somebody with dry skin like me, then I would say you're probably going to be one of those where you really like to put on your foundation, concealer, a cream bronzer, cream blush, cream highlight, and then just be good to go. You will enjoy these. I am that person where really I could just put on a full cream look and feel and look absolutely flawless. Like, my skin looks healthy, my skin looks glowy, it looks like my skin. I think you're going to really like that, and this really helps to give you like a really beautiful cheek color without it being too much, but then also has that really, really nice luminosity to it, so your skin looks so healthy. So those are great, especially for being $6. Like, honestly, I have not found a luminous putty blush that is as affordable as that and as good. I just haven't. Next up, this is definitely one of my favorites. This is number 2, is this Plain Jane Remastered palette. Adept has some of the most beautiful wet feeling formula. I mean, it's just so good. I love. Wait. They have some of the best shimmer formulas. Like, Adept has like one of the best shimmer formulas that I have ever tried. That and like Give Me Glow, Nomad, like they're like intense. Like, do you see just how like glittery this is? It literally looks like my eyelids are just like wet and glittery, and I love that. I feel like the only reason this is not in just like number 1 place is because it's just all shimmers. And I, of course, which is why like I think like if you had something like this, like the Makeup by Mario and the Plain Jane, like you would be able to, you know, do a ton of different looks with those two, and those would just be standard staple palettes. But for me, I'm not trying to like try to find like I need to find my makeup by Merle. Now I need to find this and like look through my collection because it's huge and I just don't have like that minimalist where it's like so easy to just grab and go. But if I did, that would be fantastic. So for me, the Makeup by Mario, I would have appreciated some shimmers. And then with this one, I would have appreciated some mattes. But I think they're great either way. They're fantastic either way. So that brings us to our number one. Number one is going to be this little Dior blush. I am floored by this. Absolutely floored. Because when you look at this, I mean, do you see? Like, I was like, okay, this is going to be real pink. We need to stop. We need to think about this. But like, I was able to apply it with layers and it's just like a very beautiful neutral everyday type of pink that isn't too much, but you could build up to be too much. Like, let's see what happens when we build it up some more. Where's my little blush brush? This is where, okay, so we have our little blush brush, right? I'm just gonna pick up some more and like see that, like that way, like you can really build it up to be that really pink if you want. But like over here, right, you can just make that just like so neutral and so like a beautiful everyday pink blush. It's so good. It's so versatile. It's not too much. It's not too bright. Like this, it's perfect. I love this. I love this so much. Like it's such a good blush, which is awful because I know it's hard to get. So it's like, Carrington, why are you adding to the hype? And it's like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Oh my gosh, is that it? Wow, I think that's it. All right. So that is it for testing out a ton of new makeup. Definitely some of my favorite things to do. So I still have tons of more makeup to keep on testing out. So definitely make sure you guys have subscribed and click the little bell so you can be notified of those. As well as don't forget to go follow me over on Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.